Welcome back. President-elect Joe Biden continuing his efforts to fight COVID-19. Tracy Potts has more from Washington, D.C.
Sheba, we're now starting to see the first vaccinations as President-elect Biden talks about how he'll take over that fight in 36 days and delivers a scathing rebuke of President Trump's election challenges.
In this battle for the soul of America, democracy prevailed.
A clear win in the Electoral College.
Ayes 55, noes 0.
California put Joe Biden over the top as the next president of the United States.
There's urgent work in front of us. Getting this pandemic under control and getting the nation vaccinated against this virus.
I feel hopeful today, relieved.
The first vaccinations are happening as the U.S. reaches a new milestone, 300,000 deaths. Health officials think life may get back to normal by fall if they can convince most Americans to get the shot.
Vaccines on a shelf are useless, and unless the large majority of us gets vaccinated, we will not be able to control this pandemic.
Nearly 3 million doses are expected at hundreds of locations this week. Winter storms in the Northeast could slow delivery. Meantime, on Capitol Hill,
I think we've had a Christmas miracle occur in Washington.
Lawmakers think they've got a relief compromise that will stick. President Trump still refuses to concede.
No, it's not over. We keep going.
And announces that Attorney General William Barr will resign next week. Barr had publicly opposed President Trump, confirming that there was no evidence of widespread election fraud. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
6:16 right now. Let's take a look at the top 3 big stories happening outside the metro. At number 1, an outpouring of support for Dr. Jill Biden. This follows a controversial op-ed in the Wall Street Journal asking the future First Lady to drop the doctor before her name because she's not a medical doctor. Author Joseph Epstein began the piece by addressing Biden as, quote, Madam First Lady, Mrs. Biden, Jill, kiddo, and asked, any chance you might drop the doctor before your name? Dr. Jill Biden sounds and feels fraudulent, not to say a touch comic. Dr. Biden earned her doctorate of education from the University of Delaware in 2007. She quickly gained support from many women with doctorates on social media over the weekend who changed their Twitter names to include their title. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris's husband tweeted, this story would never have been written about a man. Michelle Obama also came to her defense. A spokesman for Dr. Biden calls the column disgusting and sexist.